Hi, everybody. Welcome to my attempt at this week's BBO Weekly Free Instant Tournament. As usual, instant tournaments, weekly free, yes. And here we go, 8 boards of match points. You have the best hand at the tournament, as I always say. Nobody can have more high card points than you. They can have the same number. And better distribution. So they can actually have a better hand than you, but they can't have more high card points than you. So it's an extra bit of information that you wouldn't have at the bridge table, which you can use in this form of bridge. And if I'll say at the beginning rather than at the end, if you do find these videos, please do like them, click the like button, subscribe to the channel. That really helps me. And comment if you want to. So off onto board one. Partner's got an opening hand. They've opened one club, which might be a 3-card suit, and we've had an overcall of 1 diamond. In many ways, we'd rather have the clubs and diamonds swapped round with ace queen of diamonds sat over the diamond bid and a low doubleton opposite partner suit. But we've got a good hand here. We've got 15 points. Partner can't have more than 15, nor can East. And if we all had 15, that'd be 45. So East's got to have some points for their overcall. But we haven't got enough for what the robot plays, which is a Solway jump shift. You'll see what 2 hearts means here. Oh, it doesn't mean that because it's an overcall. It's a free bid, right? If there hadn't been an overcall, this would have been a Solway jump shift. And it would have had 17 plus high card points. As it is, this says what our hand is. So let's bid 2 hearts. 2 spades from here. This is not a responder's reverse. They haven't promised a really good hand. They're just bidding out their shape. 3 plus clubs, 4 plus spades, but they probably don't have many hearts. I'm hoping we're game forcing here because I said this bid said I had 13 plus total points and partners opened the bidding. So let's just check that 3 hearts here is forcing. Doesn't say forcing, that always worries me. I think I'm going to bid 4 hearts and not take a chance. Looks to me like we're likely to have 2 diamond losers. Partner might have the ace of diamonds. But it rates to have ace of spades, king of clubs, something else. We're likely to have 2 red suit losers. So I think we'll bid 4 hearts. We're not going to go on to 6 hearts here. Can I bid? What's the alternative to bid 3? What would 3 diamonds mean here? 3 diamonds, 6 plus hearts, 4 plus would agree spades. So no. And what would 5 hearts mean? No, doesn't mean anything more than 4 hearts. So let's just bid 4 hearts. 5 clubs, right. They have strong rebiddable clubs, 12 to 17 total points. I still think we're likely to have 2 diamond losers. What does 5 hearts mean? 7 plus hearts, 15 plus high card points, stronger minus total points. Yeah, I think that says what I have. So here we go. Can we get rid of this diamond loser? 2 diamond losers. Well, we've got to rough this first one to get rid of it. And we've got to hope that we can play 3 rounds of spades, discarding a diamond. We could try playing 3 rounds of clubs, but somebody's going to rough that. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. And anyway, let's try and get rid of this diamond so that we can make an over trick, an extra over trick. Head of spades has appeared from there. So now we want to come to hand and play trumps. We expect to lose at least one trump. Just to remind you, it was the 10 of hearts that was in dummy. So we had 8 hearts between us. And these are the top 4 remaining. So they've got 5. So unless they're 5-0, we can just lose the king of hearts. Coming to hand, we had 6 spades, so they had 7. And they each followed to 3 rounds. So they've played 6. They got 1 more. And we're not sure which one of them has it, but that's a better. If we play a club come to a hand, even if it stands up, we play ace of hearts and then lose a heart to the king, there's a chance the second round of clubs may get roughed because they've only got 3 clubs between them, so one of them has no more than a singleton. And so if the hand with the doubleton club were to win the king of hearts and play another club, the other hand could be able to rough it. So we're coming to hand with a spade rough. This hand's followed, so this hand can over rough. So I'm going to make them over rough with the king if they have it. They don't seem to have. Let's hope spades are 3-2. King. So they've only got 1 heart left. Here they come with the ace of diamonds. Well, we just got to rough it and hope they can't over rough. Draw the last trump. And now all our hand is good. 92.9% for that. Is that because people played in clubs, not in not in slam? Yeah. But people didn't make the over trick, didn't get the diamond lead, or they played in clubs. And people in 6 hearts went down, presumably they didn't get that lead. If they got a trump lead, it's a lot more difficult to make your contract, not to say impossible. Right. I think. Let's have a quick look, double dummy. Yes, if you get a trump lead, you can only make 11 tricks. Right. 16 points. 5-4 in the majors. If I was 5-4 in the minors with 2 doubleton majors, I'd be opening this one no trump. But here we can open 1 spade and then bid hearts and show our shape and possibly our point counts, depending on the level we can go to. So I'm going to open 1 spade here. 2 diamonds from partner is game forcing. So I don't have to jump in hearts here. I can just bid 2 hearts. Partner can't pass because partner said we're going to game. So I can just bid out my shape. And partner's got 14 to 17 high card points. And we've got 16. So there's still a possibility of slam here. I'm lacking first round controls. But if I bid 4 spades, this should just show the ace of spades. And it does show 17 to 22 points, and it's forcing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if they're interested in slam. 5 no trumps is a grand slam force with hearts as trumps. This is a convention that used to be known as a Josephine, after Josephine Culbertson, the wife of the famous bridge entrepreneur Culbertson. Basically, it says bid the Grand Slam if you've got 2 of the top 3 honours in the trump suit. I don't have 2 of the top 3 honours. Looks like we're missing the ace or king of trumps. So we're just going to play in 6 hearts. And there we are, we're missing the king. We can get rid of our losers if trumps don't break worse than 3-2. Are we going to play the 9 here? I think so. There's the king, as expected. We now have just their attacking clubs. Let's see. We're hoping hearts are 3-2, which would solve all our problems. We can get rid of this jack of clubs on the 3rd round of diamonds. And we're hoping we could ruff the 5th round of spades. But we're just slightly, entries are slightly awkward, but because we need to cash a jack of spades and then come to this hand to cash 3 spades. But we want, if trumps aren't for, we've had a round of trumps. We had 8 trumps between us, 4 and 4. So they've got 5 and 2 of them are gone. So they've got 3 left. So if originally they were 3-2, which is most likely, we can draw them in 2 rounds and we'll still have a trump left in each hand, which will be just need to ruff a loser. But if they're 4-1, we need to ruff a loser before we've drawn all the trumps. And the easiest one to ruff will be this spade, because we could ruff it on the 2nd round of spades. So I'm going to go, I'm in dummy, so I'm going to cash the ace of hearts and see if the trumps are 4-1. They're not, so we can just draw the trump, go over to the jack of spades. Come back to the king of diamonds, and if we've got ace, king, queen of spades, we can throw away the 3 clubs. We can cross to the ace, queen of diamonds, throw a club here, and we can ruff that diamond in this hand, or we can ruff that club. So we have the 12 tricks, so we can claim the slam. Another 92.9%. Lots of people stopping in 4 spades. I think you've got 4 hearts rather. You've got to give yourself one more chance, despite your lack of 1st round controls, when partner's shown a good hand like that. And partner showed good judgment in bidding 5 no trumps. If we'd had the king and queen of hearts, then 7 hearts would have been a good contract. Right, so now we come to what is an interesting hand in this form of bridge. We have 10 high card points. There are 40 high card points in the pack, and nobody can have more than us. So West can't have more than 10, North can't have more than 10, East can't have more than 10. But to add up to 40, they've all got to have 10. So we know everybody has 10 high card points. So how do we decide whether we're going to open the bidding or not? What we need to do is look at our number of spades. We've only got 2 spades, and spades is the boss suit. If we open this a club, probably go round. And if they have the majority of spades, they're going to win the auction. We want to stop at the 1 level, really. Certainly don't want to go beyond the 2 level. And they probably have the boss suit. So, but if I pass this, I expect everybody else will pass it and it will get passed out. And I think that's likely to be better. So because with them, I mean, it may be that they bid up too high if I open the bidding, but it's more likely we end up too high. So I'm going to pass. And East opens a spade in protective position. We're not vulnerable, they're vulnerable. I think I don't want to bid two clubs, a lousy suit. I'm going to take the risk the partner's going to bid two diamonds on a 4-card suit. What was one no trump here should be unusual, showing the minors. No, it says I've got, so it says I've got a spade stop and 10 points. Do I want to play in one no trump? Or do I want to double and possibly play in two diamonds? Although if partner bids hearts or clubs, I'm happy to play there. Do I want to play in one no trump, knowing that we've got 20 points between us and they've got 20 and they've got an opening lead of the spade suit? I think I'm going to double and hope. Redouble from there. So redouble there says they got 10 points, as we know. Partners passed, even though they've got 10 points. So they don't particularly have a suit. So there's two diamonds here. Right, so they're getting up. I'm going to pass because they may need to go back to two spades. Double again would say I had hearts and clubs. I don't want to play in three clubs. No, we'll pass. Two hearts, very nice. Two spades. Well, I don't want to play at the 3 level. 4 spades and partner doubles. Yeah, well, that's good news. Partner knows I can't have more than 11 high card points, just from the information that I passed. Right, so I have to lead. Where are their source of tricks? Well, there's 5 spades here. This hand's got spade support. They have hearts, but I've got hearts held. Diamonds are a worry if they can run spades and diamonds. But I think basically we've got to stop ruffs in dummy. And I know people think the ace of trumps is a bad lead because it gives you control. I think drawing trumps is our priority here. They've got 20 points. The only way they're going to make game is with some ruffs. So I'm going to draw dummies trumps. The only worry is that this hand's 5-5 in spades and diamonds. I'll play the 8 of hearts because the robot does play high encouraging. The Queen of spades. I'm going to discourage clubs. Not that that's difficult. 8 of diamonds. I'm going to play the 4 here. And partner's got the ace. But they choose to play a diamond back. Well, let's see, partner's turned up. Well, here comes the club finesse. No. Right. So they're out of clubs. I can stop them getting hearts. So this hand's out of clubs. Well, I don't want the 3 of hearts. From their diamond tricks. Oh dear, that was the real danger. So the trump lead was not a good idea, 3.6%. Other tables left them playing in 2 spades. Or they managed to get them in 2 diamonds doubled. I think we can beat 4 spades on some other defense. Let me show double dummy. No, it's making on any lead. Well, I think you may remember me saying last week, if you don't double people into game occasionally, you're not doubling enough. And even when they're in game and not enough points, then you need to beat them. But the 5-5, the 5-5-6-5 shape, when we had a dead flat hand, partner had a dead flat hand, didn't turn out well. We could have done better in clubs. Anyway, all right. Back down to fourth place here and on to the next hand. So week 2 open bid by East, but partner has passed. We have our 15 high card points. A useful convention to play in this situation is that a jump to 4 clubs would show clubs that are major, but we don't have that. We don't really double 2 diamonds because they will partner's going to bid spades, and 3 diamonds I think shows both majors. Yeah, so we don't, but we count, and 2 no trumps will just be natural with a stop in diamonds. What's 3 no trumps? Once again, even more natural with a stop in diamonds. So I like to have 2 suited overcalls here, but we don't have any. We do have quite a strong hand. I think we can only try 2 hearts and hope we get another bid. Three diamonds from there. Partner's not got much, but they seem to have a fit. So I'm going to bid 4 clubs here, showing this sort of hand, although expecting me to have more points, but they're going to 4 hearts, which I think is where we want to be. Yeah, partner's got a 4-card heart support, got the Queen of Clubs. So the danger is if King of Hearts and Ace Queen of Spades are in this hand, then we could lose 2 spades, a diamond, and a heart. But there does seem good chances that since the Ace of Diamonds turned up here, and the 2 diamond bid promise 6 to 10 high card points. So they've only got King, Jack of Diamonds, which is 4. So they do have one of Queen of Spades, Ace of Spades, or the King of Hearts. So some finesse is going to work. We'll play low on this one. Oh, well, 6 of Spades. Queen, King. So the robot's taken to under leading the ace sometimes now. So have they underled the Ace of Spades, or does this hand have Ace Queen of Spades? They could have the Ace Queen of Spades and the diamond on it. The King of Diamonds, which would give this hand the Jack of Diamonds. So this hand's got 3 diamonds. It knows that we're out. So is there anything to be said for playing the spade now? I don't think that East can have the King of Hearts. I think West has to have, yeah, East couldn't, turned up with too many points. So I'm going to play the Ace of Hearts here. And then lead the 2. There's the King. This hand only had 1. So we had 5 opposite 4. We had 9. So they had 4, and we've seen 3 of them. There's 1 left here. They split 3-1. So they've got their ace of spades. So the robot did underlead aces. They've started doing that. They didn't never used to. But note that this 10 of spades, remember the robot's queen and my king went on the first round. And my jack went underneath the ace. So now the 7 of spades is going to, let's say the 9 of spades is going to be good. Which will mean I can throw a club away. So I can draw the, see, I can draw the last trump. I can cash the 9 of spades, throwing the club away. And I've got queen of clubs, 4 of clubs, 2 of clubs to the ace. They are breaking, but it doesn't matter because I can ruff this club in dummy and make 4 hearts. 67%, lots of people doing the same. Some people choosing to pass 3 diamonds, but you know, you've just got 2 distributional hands. So though you're lying about the strength, you've really got to get into the bidding with this kind of hand. And as I say, I like to play a system where you can show two suited hands over a week 2 opening. Here we are with 18 points. But we got 4 aces and a queen, and then not too many 2s, 3s, but we're kind of lacking substance in our 2 big suits. But we're going to have to open one of a minor, 1 diamond, and then if partner bids a major suit, we'll jump in support, and if partner does something else, we're going to bid 2 no trumps. So we'll open a diamond and see what happens. 1 heart from partner. Although this is 18, it's not a nice 18. We've got too many losers to go to 4 hearts. I'm only going to bid 3 hearts. And we'll see partner wants to go to game. They do. It's fine. So just to mention that this south hand here is now the dummy, the one that the opponents can see. And this north hand is the hidden hand. So no club losers. We've got a couple of spade losers. We may have a trump loser. And this 10 of diamonds, it looks, could it be a singleton and fall to the jack here? If so, we can pick up all the diamonds, but there's a risk that if we win this here, which is fine, we can still take the finesse later against the jack, and take a heart finesse. If this hand wins the king of hearts, they can play a diamond back for this hand to ruff. That takes away one of our winners. On the other hand, if the king of hearts is in the east hand and we don't take the finesse, we're giving up a trick. Well, I think it may be the robot's quite happy leading doubletons, so it may be a doubleton. So I'm going to take the heart finesse. We'll be aware that it might lead to a ruff. And it didn't. And so diamonds are 3-2. So if we think of the dummy as the boss hand, we're now going to make the contract, even if we have to draw 3 more rounds of trumps. 3 rounds of trumps, 3 diamonds, the ace of clubs and the ace of spades, and we'll just lose 2 spades to go with that. But if trumps are 3-2, we've drawn 1 round, we had 8, we've drawn 1 round, so they had 5. So if trumps are 3-2, we can draw them in 2 rounds, and now we can throw 2 of our spades away on the diamonds, and ruff the third round of spades here and make an over trick. So that we can't do that if trumps, we have to get the trumps out of the way. We don't want our diamond winners being ruffed. So take the ace of hearts, and trumps are 4-1. So we are just going to make our contract by the looks of it. And I'm just thinking if there's any way of making another trick by ducking a spade and playing some kind of squeeze, but we can't afford to duck a spade except to east, because otherwise east would might well ruff a diamond if west has 3 diamonds. So I think there's no choice to, and just to say the diamonds are good because we had 8 and they had 5 and they have split 3-2. So we will just make our contract. Throwing the jack of diamonds away anyway. We've drawn the last trump. We can actually duck a spade at this point now because we've got controlling clubs and spades, and then we can still get to our 3 diamonds. So I'm going to lead, and they've got no more trumps. So I'm going to lead the 10 of spades and duck and see what they do. King of spades. Now that's an interesting card. Because now I had the 10 there. So now there's only one card higher than the 9, or higher than the 8, apart from my 9, in spades. And somebody's going to have to hold on to that. So now I'm going, I don't think it will make any difference because my clubs are so bad, but I'm just going to look out for a big spade coming from somebody's hand. I'm throwing the spades from my hand. Nobody's thrown a big spade. So I'm going to play the club for my 10th trick, and one of them's got spade and one of them's got club. 60.7%, so everybody else is doing much the same. Some people managed to make an over trick. Oh, they dropped the singleton king of hearts. Yeah, if you were worried about. So I was worried about the heart ruff, but I felt that was the robots very often lead from doubletons, and so that was a lesser risk. I didn't want to give up on the main chance of not losing a heart, which was that the king of hearts was on side. But if you play if you're worried about the ruff and you play the ace of hearts, you drop the king and make an over trick. Right. 5th place now. Right. Well, the one bad board is dragging us down. 14 high card points, a nice 5-card heart suit. But this suit is nice in no trumps as well. And I'm going to upgrade this to 15 points. I could bid 1 heart and then rebid 2 diamonds. But I think I'm going to open 1 no trump and play there. Right. This won't turn out well because hearts would have been much better. Right. So we're going to get a 6 of spades. I'm going to play the queen, not because I expect it to hold. But we're going to get a 0 here. I'm going to throw diamonds from my hand and hearts from dummy. At some point, they're going to switch back to clubs and cash all the winners there. Oh, well, we went the king of diamonds. And there's the jack of hearts. So all the rest of the hearts are good. So they could have got me a lot more down. But one down, 85%. Well, I should have got a terrible score here. If you open hearts, they bid to spades and make a good contract. Well, they should have got me down for more than, well, could they got me down? They could have made 5 spades and 4 diamonds, 9. So they could have got me 3, only could have got me 3 down undoubled, which would have been 150, which should have been exactly the same score as 50. Right. Oh, well. No, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Right. Board 7. We're getting lots of aces today. Well, a flat 19 count. Well, I know I like opening 19 counts, 2 no trumps, but this is really, once again, not a very good one. 5 points in those 2 cards there that are only worth 1 trick, and not good intermediates. So I'm going to do what we're supposed to do in the robot system and open 1 diamond and rebid 2 no trumps. 1 spade, 2 no trumps, 18 to 19 high card points. There we go. 3 spades from partner, says they got 6 spades, 6 high card points. So we just need to consider, you think automatically to bid 4 spades here, because you've got 3 spades with them. But just to think, if we're running 6 spade tricks in no trumps and we've got stops in all the other suits, could 3 no trumps be better? And if we had 3 clubs, I might well think that was the case. And maybe if we have more than 1 stop in hearts. But here we may get an extra trick by roughing a club. We might only have 1 heart stop. So I'm going to bid 4 spades here. Don't think we got enough. They've only got set, but there are unlimited, but they know what we've got. So I'm going to bid 4 spades. And if they got enough to think about slam, they can bid on after we've agreed spades. And they do bid on, saying that they've got the ace of clubs. Well, we've got all the other aces. So if we look, we know we've got 6 spade tricks, 7, their ace is 8, 9, 10, 11. Do we have enough to bring out that Josephine contract we saw, that we saw before, to bid 5 no trumps? Don't think so. Now, I could, but I think I do, before I commit to 6 spades, the 6 no trumps may well be making, mightn't it? Now we know they've got the ace of clubs, but they may not have 3 clubs, of course. Our ace king queen of clubs between us might only be worth 2 tricks. If I Q bid 5 diamonds, they're probably going to bid 5 spades because they don't have the ace of hearts. But if I Q bidding 5 hearts has the advantage that it may well lead a diamond against 6 no trumps. But I will Q bid 5 diamonds, showing the ace of diamonds in the robot system. 6 spades they've gone to. But they haven't, they could have bid 5 spades. Does that suggest that the 5 diamond bid improved their hand, that they don't think they have 2 heart losers? If we had a human partner, then I think 6 spades would say, I don't have 2 heart losers, because I haven't Q bid the ace of hearts. +14 total points. I think I'm going to bid 7 spades here. Partner's declaring, and we've got an 8 of hearts lead round to there. So that's all good. As long as we don't lose a trump, or this doesn't get roughed. Dummy's going to be high because King, Queen of clubs will take care of the losing clubs. We can throw things on the ace of diamonds. So if this doesn't get roughed, and we've got 6 spades in dummy, 3 in our hand, so that's 9. They've got 4, as long as they're not 4-0, we will not lose a spade trick. Would 7 no trumps have fared? How would 7 no trumps have fared? It makes as well. So we may not be getting a top on this. So let's play, especially if this gets roughed. King. We'll play 1 round of spades just to confirm that they're not 4-0. They're not. So we can claim 13 tricks. 89.3%. Presumably somebody did bid 7 no trumps. No, just other 7 spade bidders. That's got us up to 2nd place. Anyway, but partner didn't have 2 heart. The robot did bid what a human would do, saying, I don't have 2 heart losers. And so with the ace of hearts, we could bid 7. Yep, there we go. But as I say, 7 no trumps would have been the complete top. 1 spade, 2 spades by the opponents. We've got 15 high card points. We have a spade stop. Partner passed over 1 spade, but there's a lot they might pass with. This is sometimes described as the sandwich position, but not if they bid a new suit, it would have been the sandwich position. The sandwich between their 2 bids, but East is not that good. Quite likely to get passed out, but partner is short. Do I want to pass this and hope partner can reopen with a double, and then I could bid 3 of a minor? Got 2 no trumps. So that's unusual anyway, so I don't have that. I don't want to bid double because I don't want to play pot to bid 3 hearts with 4 of them. So I am going to pass. 3 clubs, which is they have a club suit, 3 of them at least, and they're interested in game, and they've gone to game. I don't think I can double this really. Partner can have nothing, and the strong hand is sat over me. So I'm going to pass and see if we can score more defensive tricks than the players above us. Good lead, partner. Let's encourage that with the 5. We've got King, Jack, set up Queen. They're going to take a spade finesse now. Go. Are they going to take another one? No, they're going to play clubs. I need if I'd been playing in a face-to-face game, I would have taken a lot more time at trick 1 to think about what I was going to do if they led a club from dummy. They've led the 8 of clubs. West has shown some clubs, 3 at least. And there's 4 here. If they have 4 clubs, partner's only got 1. On the other hand, and does partner have a trump? In which case, if I go up with the ace of clubs and give them a club rough, that will be an excellent defense rather than myself being end played. Are they planning to take a finesse? Have they got King, Jack of clubs? There's a lot to consider here. I think they're going to take a finesse because otherwise they would just have taken another spade finesse. So I'm going to play the 4 and see if they finesse. No, they're not. Right. And we really have 6 spades and 3 clubs. Am I going to play the 10 of hearts now? Which they'll have to win in this hand, and they'll be stuck in that hand and have to play something. I'm going to play the 10 of hearts. Now, what they're going to play from that hand? The ace of spades. So that's given me my partner did only have 1 trump, so there was no point in trying to give him the club ruff. Could a partner have 2 singletons? I'm tempted to try and cash the king of diamonds now. That may get roughed, but they can't get to dummy to make the queen of diamonds if it does. I'll make another club trick. Right. No, if they rough. So if they've got 4 clubs, they did have 6 spades because there were 3 in dummy, 3 in our hand. Partner only had 1. So they had 6 spades. They've turned out to have at least 2 hearts and 1 diamond. So that means they don't have any more diamonds. The fact they went up with the king of clubs suggests they have the queen. If I play a king of diamonds, it's going to get roughed. So I got to exit, and the queen of diamonds will be set up. And will they be able to force an entry, or can I? King of clubs has gone. Have they got queen jack of clubs? Nothing I can do. I'm going to exit with the club. Partner has the jack. There we go. They took the finesse. The partner plays a heart. And win the jack. 9 of hearts. They've still got a club. Yeah, so they had 3 clubs. 3 of spades. 9 of clubs. Another spade. They promised 3 clubs, so we'll believe them. And they didn't have 3 clubs. But we couldn't have beaten this anyway, could we? I don't believe. Let's see what double dummy says. No, we did well to stop the over trick, but that wasn't enough to get us up there. The leaders are well ahead of us. I don't think we could have caught them even if we had got a better score than 39%. Don't know if we can see yet. Yeah, lots of people making 4 spades. Some of them stopping in 3 spades. So that's presumably because we did some bidding. If we double 2 spades, partner doesn't bid in hearts. So I think that's wrong to double because you can't stand a heart bid from partner. So I thought there were some interesting lessons there. That my 1 very bad hand at the start there at board 3 stopped me from getting to the win. All the rest were good apart from this last one. Right, well, I hope you found that interesting. Lots of counting there. So you have this 8 card fit lots of times, and you just need to remember the 8 and 9 card fits. The opponents have got 5 cards if you've got 8 and 4 if you've got 9, and they're going to break. Most of the time, 5 cards will break either 3-2 or 4-1, and 3-2 is more common. And if you've got 9 cards, they've got 4, and they'll either break 2-2 or 3-1, and 3-1 is more common. So you just need to think about shapes. I think I've said that before. Try and think about the possible ways you can 4 cards, 13 cards can be divided between 4 hands. And it's the same way that 13 cards can be divided between 4 suits in your hand. Just think of the standard shapes. The most common one, obviously, is 4-4-3-2. Then there's 5-3-3-2, and then 4-3-3-3. It's not as common as people think. People think that's going to be the most common, but it isn't. That very flat, even distribution. And then you go through all the other ones. But it's worth knowing the top 10. If you just think of the top 10 distributions of hands and remember those shapes, it speeds up all the thinking. It speeds up the counting of the hand. And if you find that if you do try and count as I have been doing, it's taking you too long and you're not got, you've got 15 minutes for 2 boards in most face-to-face tournaments. If you find that's taking too long, just try and memorize the top 10 possible shapes of hands, which are also the top 10 possible ways a suit can be split between the 4 hands. Then you'll find if you've got 4-4 between your 2 hands, there's 3-2, 4-1 or 5-0 in the other hands. And that if you just get to that much more quickly, that will enable you to do all your other thinking, use your time for all your other thinking. So thinking out the shape, memorizing these possible shapes will enable you to think about other things as well. Anyway, I hope you found that useful. Please do subscribe to the channel. As I said, like the video and leave any comments, but most of all, come back next week. I'll see you then.